Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs of 30th of October. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app and you can attempt the quiz in this app and you can read the detailed explanation. For regular updates and for revision PDF, please join the Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. Now we have started a new channel, Civils Academy. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. Now let's start. Which airport is the first to launch e-boarding facility for international passengers? So this is Hyderabad International Airport, that is Rajiv Gandhi International Airport. Now it was in news because it has introduced contactless e-boarding facility for international flyers, and therefore it became the first airport in our country to introduce such contactless e-boarding facility for the passengers who are flying out of country. Now this airport was also in news because recently it became first airport of India to provide contactless car parking. Recently this airport, that is Hyderabad International Airport, was also in news as it won National Energy Leader Award. In addition to this airport, few other airports were in news. So recently Puducherry Airport became the first 100% solar powered airport of AAI. What is AAI? It is Airport Authority of India. Which institution has launched RuPay Festive Carnival to encourage contactless cashless payment? So this has been announced by NPCI. What is NPCI? It is National Payments Corporation of India. Recently it has launched a campaign named RuPay Festive Carnival. The idea is to provide discounts to the customers for online transactions. This way it intends to encourage the cashless payments. Now NPCI was founded in 2008 and it is not for profit company and it is a company under Section 8 of Companies Act. Now this NPCI has been established by RBI and IBA, that is Indian Bank Association. RBI is Central Bank of India. It was in news recently because DLTRO. Answer in comment box what is DLTRO and how is it different from LTRO. Which institution has developed a low-cost technology to produce anti-aging compounds? So this has been done by IIT Guwahati, and IIT Guwahati have developed a technology to produce anti-aging compounds. Guwahati is in Assam. Recently Assam was in news because of India's first multimodal logistic park. So this logistic park is going to be in Jogighopa in Assam, and this logistic park was inaugurated under Bharatmala Pariyojana. This Bharatmala Pariyojana is an initiative of Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. The idea is to work on road infrastructure and to improve its quality. Recently, Assam was also in news because of Kati Bihu Festival. Suskan Meditech, a startup of SCT IMST, has become the first startup to develop a device to screen which disease. So, it has developed a device which can screen the oral cancer. This Suskan Meditech is a startup and it is a TBI, that is Technology Business Incubator of SCT IMST. What is SCT IMST? It is Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute for Medical Science and Technology. Recently, this technology of development of a device to screen oral cancer got patent, and that is why this event was in news. And it will be, that means this technology will be officially launched by Kerala Health Minister. The Health Minister of Kerala is KK Selja. She is popularly known as Selja teacher. Now recently Kerala was in news because it became the first state in our country to specify MSP for vegetables. Now coming back to cancer, so every year World Cancer Day is observed on 4th of February. On the other hand, National Cancer Awareness Day is on 7th of November. Now answer in comment box on which day International Day of Diplomats is celebrated. Shipping Ministry inaugurated direct port entry facility at which major port? So recently this facility of direct port entry has been inaugurated at V.O. Chidambarnar port, and this port is in Tamil Nadu. Recently, this facility was inaugurated by Union Minister of State for Shipping, and he is Mansukh Mandavia. So he inaugurated this direct port entry facility. Now, what is this direct port entry facility? So it will speed up the entire process of export through these ports. Plus, it will also reduce the cost. It will also reduce the paperwork, and therefore it will increase the ease of doing business. Now, recently Tamil Nadu was in news because of smart blackboard scheme. Tamil Nadu was also in news because of Young Advocates Welfare Fund, as recently this Young Advocates Welfare Fund has been launched in Tamil Nadu. How many Indian states will have vulture conservation and breeding center as per the action plan for vulture conservation 2022-2025? So right answer is 5. So according to the action plan for vulture conservation, 5 such centers will be set up. Right answer is 5. So according to the action plan for vulture conservation, 5 states will have such centers, and these 5 states are Uttar Pradesh, Tripura, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So these 5 states will have these vulture conservation and breeding centers. Recently, this action plan was approved by NBWL, that is National Board for Wildlife. Now, coming back to this National Board for Wildlife, so it is constituted as per the Section 5 of Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, and the Prime Minister is the ex officio chairperson of this National Board for Wildlife. On the other hand, Environment Minister, that is Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, is the vice chairperson of this National Board for Wildlife, and it has been constituted as per the provisions of this Wildlife Protection Act. Which automobile manufacturer has developed a smartphone based technology named HAMS? So this has been developed by Maruti Suzuki. What is the full form of HAMS? It is Harnessing Automobile for Safety. So Maruti Suzuki have developed a smartphone based technology, that is HAMS, and this has been done in association with Microsoft. So this technology is going to be used to test the applicants who are appearing for DL test, that is for driving license test, and this technology is already deployed at ADTC in Dehradun. Now what is ADTC? It is Automated Driving Test Center. Now Dehradun is in Uttarakhand. Recently ITBP, that is Indo-Tibetan Border Police, partnered with Uttarakhand government to promote adventure tourism in the state. ITBP was also in news because of cycling expedition from Pagong base in Sikkim. A seaplane from which country has arrived in Ahmedabad recently, which would be operated by SpiceJet? So it is from Maldives. Recently, a seaplane from Maldives arrived in Ahmedabad in Gujarat, and this is going to be used to connect the Sabarmati riverfront in Ahmedabad to the Statue of Unity in Kevadia in Narmada district of Gujarat, and this seaplane is going to be operated by SpiceJet. So this will be in Gujarat. Recently, Gujarat was in news because of Kisan Suryodaya Yojana. Gujarat was also in news as recently former Chief Minister of Gujarat Keshubhai Patel passed away. Which Indian state has recently banned bringing alcohol from other states? So recently Andhra Pradesh decided to ban the alcohol from other states. The idea is to discourage people from consumption of alcohol, and focus is on improving the life of people. Now if we talk about alcohol, recently Government of India lifted ban on the export of alcohol based hand sanitizers. Recently Andhra Pradesh was in news because it topped the list of states in terms of ease of doing business in states, and this list was based on BRAP. What is BRAP? It is Business Reform Action Plan, and this list has been prepared by DPIIT. This DPIIT is under Commerce Ministry. which space agency has confirmed the presence of water on the surface of Moon. So this has been recently confirmed by NASA, that is National Aeronautics and Space Administration. So it is the space agency of USA. And recently SOFIA of NASA has confirmed the presence of water on the surface of Moon. And this water particles are discovered in Calavius crater, and this crater is on Moon, and it is on southern side, that means on southern hemisphere of Moon. Which body is set to organize IACE, that is India Australia Circular Economy Hackathon? So this will be organized by Atal Innovation Mission. Now this Atal Innovation Mission, that is AIM, is part of NITI Aayog. That means it is an initiative of NITI Aayog. So India Australia Circular Economy Hackathon will be organized by Atal Innovation Mission. Recently Australia was also in news because of Malabar exercise, as Australia is going to take part in this year's Malabar exercise. So now all 4 countries of Quad will participate in Malabar. So these 4 countries are India, USA and Japan and Australia. Recently Quad was in news because the second meeting of Quad held in Tokyo. And recently Tokyo was in news because of Olympic Games. So Tokyo is in Japan. It is capital of Japan. Recently Japan was in news because of Britain. So recently Britain was in news as it signed, that means Britain signed its first trade agreement with any country after Brexit. Brexit means exit of Britain from European Union. Harley Davidson has inked a distribution agreement with which two-wheeler company of India. So this company is Hero MotoCorp, and Harley Davidson has inked a distribution agreement with India's Hero MotoCorp. Now what is the purpose of this agreement? See, now Hero MotoCorp will sell and will provide the services for Harley Davidson motorcycles in India. Since Hero MotoCorp have already existing dealership network, therefore it will provide benefit to the Harley Davidson as well. Now this Harley Davidson is USA based company, and recently it was in news because it decided to wind up, or it decided to exist its operations in India. Now recently USA was in news because of 2+2 dialogue. So recently India and USA had this 2+2 meeting in Delhi, and during this meeting BECA was signed. What is BECA? It is Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement. Now USA was also in news because recently India Post and USA Postal Service signed an agreement for electronic exchange of customs. So this agreement has been signed to share information about customs. So these were the most important questions. Now we are going to cover important news. So first news is related to Dharani portal. So recently Telangana Chief Minister inaugurated this, and it is a portal for land and property registration, and recently it has been launched by Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao. Next is 20 Riyal banknote. So recently Saudi Arabia released a 20 Riyal banknote to commemorate its presidency of G20 summit. So it is important to note that Saudi Arabia is the president of G20 for this year, and to commemorate this occasion, recently Saudi released a 20 Riyal banknote, and Saudi Arabia has removed Pakistan occupied Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan from the map of Pakistan. It is important to note that few months ago Pakistan published new maps by exaggerating its territorial claims. Next is Dr. Tulsidas Chugh Award. So recently Dr. Satish Mishra has been selected for this Dr. Tulsidas Chugh Award. Next is SBI, that is State Bank of India, JBIC, that is Japan Bank for International Cooperation. So these two institutions signed up a loan agreement of up to $1 billion. So this way, this loan will facilitate the operations of car companies of Japan in India. So this will help in providing better cooperation between Japan Bank for International Cooperation and between SBI. Now recently this SBI was in news as SBI Card in association with DMRC, that is Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, launched a contactless multi-purpose card. Next is Night of the Restless Spirits. So this is a book, and the author of this book is Sarbpreet Singh. Next is Sumangal. So this is an initiative started by Odisha government. So this Sumangal platform has been launched by Odisha Chief Minister Mr. Naveen Patnaik, and this is a platform to provide cash incentives for the promotion of inter-caste marriage. Next is The Fixture. So this is a book, and the author of this book is Suman Dubey. Next is Secure Application for Internet. So recently, Indian Army developed a simple messaging application. So this is a messaging application by Indian Army, and the name of this platform is Secure Application for Internet, that is SIGN. So this application will help in providing secure communication. Next is World's Highest Altitude Cloud Data Center. So this world's highest altitude cloud computing data center is going to be in Tibet, and China is working on this data center. That means China is building this world's highest altitude cloud computing data center in Tibet. Next is Wrocław City Council. So it is in Poland. Recently, why it was in news? Because a square in this city council has been named after well-known poet Harivansh Rai Bachchan. So he was the father of Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, and he was a well-known poet, and his one poem is quite famous, and it is Madhushala. So these were the most important events. Now homework. So please read about Green Firecrackers, ESSER, that is Annual State of Education Report, and FSDC. So please read about these topics. Thank you, and that's all for the day.